And what a beautiful morning to you from the foot of Mount Fuji here in Fuji Speedway. Welcome everyone back in here at Fuji Speedway. We weren't planning to return here, but here we are for the final round of the 2025 Formula Hololive Japan Tsuyo Cup. It's the finale Grand Prix. When it says Suzuka yesterday, well, it says Suzuka today, where it should have been the case. We're racing here in Fuji Speedway, so it will be the finale Grand Prix at Fuji. By the way, let's take a look into the track map and see what the track looks like. Just to give everyone of you a refresher on what we're going to be dealing with. So we'll be doing two races of 150 kilometers each. 4.5 kilometers is the total track length. This track, I would argue, has a way more variety than Suzuka Circuit. It has actually a decent amount of slope corners for any driver to consider making overtakes. And then there's also the likes of, well, how do we put this? Oh yeah, 16 corners. We also got some fast sweeping corners like turn 4, 100R, and then we also got the technical section, especially in the final sector. These will be a good test for driver adaptability and basically all that stuff. I'm trying to find a word, but I cannot find it. Anyways, the final round of the Formula Hololive Japan season. It's the final stream of Formula Hololive schedule for this year. Hope that everyone will be here to tune in. Alright, so let's take a look into the trophies first. First of all, we would like to congratulate Kaminari Reba, as we mentioned, for his win in the Zaka Cup. We know that a win like that isn't ideal, especially given that we had to cancel race 2. But the issues with the track mods have continued to plague our stream, so we had to cancel race 2 early. But there was race 1, so at least we don't come out empty-handed. But today we will be deciding the Tsuyo Cup. I'm pretty sure that Danilo Guyana is currently still within a shot of winning the Tsuyo. He is the last of the realistic contenders. But we will see how it goes as we are about to take the green flag here in Suzuka Sud. And here are the look here in the both cups, the Tsuyo and the Zako. Kaminari Reba, of course, has already sealed the Zaka Cup. Yes, I had that mixed up with Maverick DCM yesterday, so again, we'd like to apologize for that one. But now we'd like to focus on the Tsuyo Cup. Jake Martinez, of course, will be taking no further part in the Tsuyo Cup. After Hiroshi Ao has announced her abrupt graduation from Hololive. He's at his final Formula Hololive race. And a final race for Hiroshi Ao, last time out at Autopolis. So let's move on into our contenders. Mamakashi versus Joshua Asahi will be the actual topic to talk about, as they are the current realistic contenders to win the title. Yukihara Toka, Misaki Sakura, and Danilo Guyana are within a shout of trying to disrupt the order, and from everyone on back until Seirin, they have some chance of getting the title, but it will have to be dependent on results around them if they want to get themselves into the lead. Alright, so we don't want to waste too much time. I'd like to introduce everyone to our proceedings. My name is Muhammad Shazan Reza in the commentary booth, and let's move on into qualifying. Well, we didn't think that we'd be going back to this. We'll be going back to this specific version of Fuji Speedway, but it's something that we probably need to do, as we're now getting this qualifying session underway. We already have some cars out. Chief among which being Western Croatia with that lap number 39. doing pretty okay so far this season. He's currently inside the top 10 as you saw in the standings. Another driver to also pay attention, Elson Tannerup. He's had his moments, especially in Split A, where he did score a single podium finish at Sportsline Tsuyo in race 1. And since then, he hasn't been able to visit the podium. So that is something to take note. Will he be able to return there? That would be something that might need to be asked, because he has technically shown some. He's definitely shown some pace though, especially in Autopolis race 2. So we'll see how it goes. So let's move on into drivers on board, specifically Jace Kinsai. See now he's into the final corner. Yes, we had to demolish the hotel for this. So Jace Kinsai exiting the final corner for his onboard, as you can see. This main straight is length at 1.5 kilometers, so you need to have a very good exit off the final corner if you want to really extract the most speed from your car. As he's about to go into 290, he doesn't reach 290. Use the curbs as reference for your braking into turn 1. And then absolutely sticking into the racing line into Coca-Cola. Use the 75-meter mark to brake and then hit the apex. And then you might want to go for the lead apex with this very long 100R to set yourself up for this first hairpin. Brake just brake before the billboard for you to still be able to hit the apex. Then get a good exit into 300R. Full blast into the Dunlop. Use the billboard as their braking reference into the corner. Just straight line your car as much as you can. Easy on the curve, and then into turn 13, 14, 15, 16. Where you are need to absolutely tip to, especially in these corners 13 and 14, and then 15 and 16. Where you have to absolutely be need to master braking and turning at the same time, and then going back to turn 16. Good exit. Very crucial for your lap. And that should be a lap here in Fuji. Sweet lap there from inside 128.079. But what's that? Which is on a Rio, it's gone up 127.760. Algae now up to 128.292 on the day Miklos is about to reveal their new 3D models. The Wizards now got up in pole position right now, 126.942. And on the same weekend, Udon Bicordi has been announced as the Honda EMS, one of the Honda Racing EMS ambassadors. Just happens to use Honda engines here in this series. But Ed Sky, meanwhile, has actually managed to beat Wizard. He's now in 126.932 in that provisional pole spot. Jump so far, the Casamari Roja driver. And also Jake Goodwin third, Sakura fourth. If you want to know where the remaining title contenders are, just want to remind you that Cashew currently sits 12th, Joshua Sahi in 19th, Misaki Sakura in 4th, looking after winning in Formula on Holotype last weekend. She's looking very, very strong now. And she's already had her fastest second sector so far, so please watch out. into turn 15, turn 16, she's absolutely going to charge her way into pole position, but she has chosen to go into the pits. Inside now absolutely just staying there. He's not going to improve. Wizard, meanwhile, has already crossed the line. It's not Rush here and Goya now. They cross the line. Seirin and then Ricci, the last driver to cross the line. And I think that should be everyone finishing the lap. No improvement from everyone, and that will seal it. Austin Wizard sits on pole position for race 1 of the Tsuyo Cup Finale Grand Prix at Fuji. Alright, so let's cut to the chase. Let's move into the starting lineup for this race. So, sorry, no, it's not Austin Wizard. It's Ed Sky on pole position. Yeah, sorry, let's start over. So yeah, it's not actually Austin Wizard, it's actually Ed Sky on pole position for race 1 of the Finale Grand Prix at Fuji. I can't believe this is we finish off where we started, as he represents Kazama Roha on pole position in race 1. Austin Wizard starts alongside him in race 2 for Unigami Korone, with Jake Goodwin in 3rd place for Okami Mio. And then we also got Misaki Sakura starting 4th for Aski. 5th place goes to Hoshizuna Ryo for Nakiri Ayame, with 6th place Jay Skinsai for Takarin Louis. 7th place it goes to Seirin and Otonoshi Hanade, with 8th place Rustin Karasho for Lapis Darkness. 9th place goes to Masaraido and Todoroki Hajime, with Danilo Goyena starting 10th for Usada Pecora. And then we got Alij for Kikihara VP starting in 11th, with Yukihara Toka starting 12th for Yukihara Lami. And in 13th place going to Muhammad Cashew and for Tsunamaki Watami. And then lining up alongside will be Kokagani Nico and her driver, So Byung-eun. Lorenzo Ricci starts 15th for Osha Marine, with Sami Ake starting 16th for Shirakawa Fubuki. Daniel Barker, the Hoshiomi will start in 17th, with Momoshaki Freza starting 18th for Momosa Zunene. Alcantara starts near the back of the grid at 19th place for Nekomata Akayu, with Joshua Sahi, one of the championship contenders, starting from last on the grid. There's every reason to be excited with the cars now lined up here in Fuji Speedway, as we're about to get the green flag in. It is Ed Sky on pole position for race 1, who will lead into turn 1 as the race goes green. 33 laps here in Fuji Speedway are finally underway, as that's a great launch there from Ed Sky. But watch out though for Wizard though, trying to see if he can get the lead, and he's currently unable to. The 20 cars have currently launched themselves very, very well, as we now see Sky still maintain control of this race. Wizard stays in 2nd, Goodwin in 3rd, Sakura 4th, Rio in 5th, Kinsai in 6th, but watch out though, as Kurasho might think of a move from 7th. Seirin already making a dive bomb there onto Kurasho, already going side by side, 2 Sogakis if you will. Seirin tries to look for a move, but this was out there. Not close enough to not go alongside. Goyena running in 9th, and Toka running in top 10. Yeah. Speaking of which, Masaraido has already overtaken Toka for 10th place, as they are now making their way into the 10th place. Still staying in 12th place. I can count at least 2 flow racing today. Tsuyo and Ali J, Dak Patterson, Ryu, and Fuji were at Suzuka yesterday for the Sakura finale. We are now going down the inside of Sakura for potentially P4. Okay, at the very least, and I mean at the very least, there is way less attrition than the attrition that we've had yesterday. At least that is the perception that we've had right now. Hang on, give me a second. Right, and we're now already completed 1.5 laps. It's all in control right now as we see some bounce from the back. Ali J has been overtaken by Lorenzo Ricci. Casio is doing a great job in climbing his way back up the ladder. Toka in 12th, Goyena in 9th. Sakura though is going to be the biggest winner of anyone so far. Top of this race, but hasn't been able to catch up to Ed Sky just yet. Already we're seeing move down into turn 1 as expected. Sakura is trying to survive as she is slowly falling down the order. Sakura's just wait, isn't there yet as Kinsai goes up into the top 5. Speaking of which, we are now at 3 laps. Well, lap 3, but of course, this is a super sprint format, as we mentioned multiple times, and basically what you saw in the review. So we are not expecting any pit stop. If we do see some pit stops, then that will be interesting look. Because we saw like 128 in the qualifying time, but now we're seeing a 128, so we are expecting these drivers to have a full tank and feel as Sky has retaken the fastest position of 128.899. After 3 laps, the gaps still remain at less than a second for most of these drivers. So they're starting to open up though due to the dirty air, so it's all about trying to basically manage your tires from this point on. Alright, so the next talk of the day. Oh yeah. So, right now, Cashew is currently in 13th place trying to chase Toka as Barger is now overtaken by Tenor when he sweeps around the outside once again. can argue though that these drivers have returned to Fuji in the season where they started, at least for the Tsuyo field. But it is basically new territory for the actual JP class cars, not the device class cars, who are using the same chassis from the start of the season. Wagner now gets himself back onto Ali J. Went down the inside, the hairpin, now going around the outside of the 300R, and now into Dunlop as Daniel Barger steals his place at the final points position. Ollie J currently down in 16th place, joining Tenero, Ake, Sakurafreza, and Asahi as your final drivers who are out of the points right now. Sami Ake is now having to defend against Shaki Freza at the back of the field. It is a silver spoon battle. Watch out though for Ollie J trying to defend against Alton Tenero as well. Sami Ake trying to defend against Shaki Freza, but he's got no response. Speaking of which, and Tenero also going down the inside of Jay. And Taros taking down the inside to try to get that position. We're going on board from Daniel Barker's radar in view. And they're still side by side. Ali J and has to concede. Shakan Reza has already beat Ake. Very solid battles. Speaking of which, Ozzy Wizard has actually gotten close to its guy. Speaking of which, I have been reminded though, Wizard has not won in the Seal Cup yet. If he can win here, he will be the winning driver in Formula Hololive Japan this season with 3. It's gonna be well, trying to defend as guys. He now tries to sweep down the inside. As Wizard sweeps on the inside at turn 1, and now Wizard's going to swoop around the outside into turn 3 at Coca-Cola corner, manages to beat Ed Sky. Wizard now is in the lead. Aussie Wizard has the fastest lap of this race. Still trying to work out with this guy, 28.262. So Wizard has already pulled away from Ed Sky. Looks like he will be on course to get win number 3. As Yukara Toka has had her engine go boom. Retirement for her, unfortunately, as she will now have to cede her spot. Alright, so what are the battles to look into? Well, the battle for second place is heating up. Sky, Goodwood, Rio, and Kinsai are getting very close. Meanwhile, Bassa Rider are already lining up for a move against Seirin on a regloss head-to-head as Bassa Rider now goes up into 9th place. Alright, great stuff there. Tire wears are starting to kick in for the bikes plus cars. Same goes with the JP class. Just a reminder that all the ways in the JP series, but there are two classes. There's the JP class and the bikes class. If you're part of the JP branch, then you are in. Essentially would be racing alongside by the way, if the representative member is racing in the JP branch, then they'll be racing in the JP class. And Joshua Asahi, I just noticed though that Joshua Asahi has also retired. Doesn't look like that he has. Doesn't look like he got punted off. It looks like it is also an engine failure for the Hakui Koyori driver. And so that would be very unfortunate, though, especially given that he is fighting for a championship, but he hasn't been at the races so far. And I feel like this might be him trying to get ready for the second race. Sakura, meanwhile, who is currently 170 points. 170 points. Actually, no, 167 points behind Muhammad Cashew. Is actually gaining a decent amount. Although, based on where she is right now, she can only gain like 90. So the gap will only be at around 70 plus points heading into race 2. That's pretty late from Guyana, but let's go on to that as Guyana absolutely committing to the move down the inside and almost going over on his side, making contact with Horacio. How did they not crash? But anyways, Guyana's now in the main straight once again as he is now going to challenge Horacio once again. Chucky Reza, meanwhile, going side by side with Ali J. This is for 16th place. I mean, you're still not at the point, but overtaking is closer to points. So there's still the incentive to actually perform well. And that's what Chucky Reza is currently doing, as he is now currently in 16th place. Wizard, meanwhile, has already pulled up somewhat of a 2-second gap, though, already 4/10 faster than NTI in the last lap. Doing a very good job there. Wizard absolutely fancying his 3rd win of the season, but we'll see. Alright, so 1/3 of the race has been done. This is a super sprint race of sorts. And right now, we're seeing at Sky this gap be opened by Wizard. Continues to set fastest lap after fastest lap. 1:27.941 this time. Rihanna, who's currently running in 8th, trying to chase Russia once again. This is a battle to note. Alright, so Guyana is currently in 8th, still chasing Horacio. So, as for the title battle, well, I'm not sure if we can prematurely put projected points earnings from this one, but right now Austin Wizard is, at the very least, going to still be within a shot of the title, but he is still pretty much a long shot after his non-performances in both Okayama and Autopolis' races. Sakura currently running in 6th would mean that she will close the gap, but only there's Mama Casio coming in for the pits. Oh, there is actually a pit stop window, and right now Casio is going to commit to it. He is going to hope that other drivers will be following into the pit stop sting. And just want to check though. Asahi and Toga are still out. Samiaki currently in 17th. Momakashi has already been sent a lap down as a result. Cashew is currently in the middle of that pack, so he is gonna see if he can gain some time. He is just behind Saren. Thought of a blue, it seems, but oh, here's another one. Zwiss has been bested by Kinsai right now, who's competing in 4th place. And Yoshimitsu has made his move against Ali J to get himself the final point positions. Makashi has already made a pit stop, and it is a pretty likely one too. 1 minute and 20 seconds now behind Samiake. Actually a full lap, so I wouldn't be worried too much for now. Hang on, just wanted to check here. Oh, that's a move down the inside though from Ali J. As Shakaritza manages to defend for now. So we're going to wild trying to chase Maserati. This is for 9th place. Speaking of which, just wanted to check on the updates here. Sakura is actually pretty close there to second place. And right now she is going to see if she can fancy moves against Rio, Kinsai, Goodwin, and Sky. So she has also managed her tires very well. Well, there's one thing that I can be happy about is that Sakura is just going to watch her from the back as Rio now goes into fifth. Still staying in fifth place, they're getting very close. Sky for second place right now. CJ Goodwin might take the move, but he is a bit too far back. Right now the race has gone calm, but as you know, the live and air competitions we actually take a procession over unnecessary crashes. So that is that. And Saren has made her move on 8 to 12 place against Fuji. Right now there is still a pretty good stalemate though, but the stalemate is about to break though. For second place, Goodwin is already lining up on the move against that Sky. This is for second place. They're really going alongside. Goodwin now commits for a move in second. Like he might just be able to stay there if he can stick it around the outside. He squeezes and Sky, and he loses the rear as I believe he slightly locked up the rears, but manages to keep the car pointed in the right direction. Jace Kinsai is now ready to pounce. Sammy Age against Bamashaka Freza. This is for 16th place, and right now Age is going to see if he can make it. And he does. He is in 16th. So that will be two of the championship leaders already out of this race. Jay Godin now has the fastest lap, 127.832, as he is now going to see if he can chase Wizard in this next 14 laps. so Rio now in 5th, Sakura in 6th, Sobianka in 10th, Koyana in 8th. Alright. Goodwin has now pulled away from that Skyfall, so it looks to me that the best case scenario would be Sakura trying to get into 3rd place. The race is still on. Samyake now in 15th. Now, here's an interesting tidbit. We have had winless champions before in ARO competitions. That can happen. Essentially can happen. It's just that it is dependent on results that will results, and it must fall. Basically, it must fall on you. Fall on you, and this will not work. Is now currently in 5th place, chasing inside. This is 4th place. Now 21 laps complete. Sereno still very decent control for 2 retirements, both of which have been attributed to engine failures. Saratoga and of course is having issues. Okay, and so we're back. Just in the case of the line hanging as well. So watch out for. Currently in 17th, still outside the points cash you. Just about a lap down to the leader, which is Sakura's actually lost touch to Rio, so right now, just looking into the bottom 3. The bottom 3 right now are also the top 3 in the championship right now. This will be a pretty big upset of multiple proportions. Jay Goodwin, meanwhile, will secure 2nd place to keep himself in the hunt, to put himself in the hunt for the title as well. Kinsai also doing a pretty decent job to barely keep himself in it. Ratio as well. Which is an unreal for an actually IMA. Pretty much just about out for the count after this race, assuming this is where he will stay. Rio Rio now going down the inside of Kinsai. This is for 4th place. He's already having a way better exit and at the helm of the slipstream as he's now going to line up our move. And Sky started on pole position, now dropped down to 3rd. Meanwhile, we got Hoshizono Rio now already going down the inside against Sky. Into Coca-Cola. Kinsai is probably thinking to defend this move. Oh, almost contact between the two as Rio now goes up into 4th. Never mind that. Masaraido getting another 9th place as he brings seeks momentum in the stand in his car. And then Sobian rounding out the top 10. Daniel Barger will score points again, but at this point he will be out of title contention. And Lorenzo Ricci currently running in 12th place. 13th place going to Seirin, who is also pretty much out of the count as well. Alcantara running in 15th place. Oh, I almost forgot about this guy though, who's also running in 3rd. So, Sky. Inside. Sakura Kurashi again on right. Let's see if I can 10. All the way to Sarah Kara and Sammy keeping up with So, out of the title contenders, it looks to me that there's still 10 potential winners so far. Going down the inside though, Kinsai against Hoshizono Rio. As Kinsai gets back into 4th place with a great sweeping move around the inside of 100R to beat Rio. That's great racing action. Now again, I would like to mention... Oh, wow. Alright. Anyways, Goon has slashed the lead slightly to Wizard as the pace fallout really starts to show there for Wizard, but the gap is already pretty huge to begin with. just hasn't been close enough. Just need to catch my breath. 6 laps to go here in race 1. And right now we are on the clock rescheduling thing because I might have to get some work done on. Going, continuing to cut the lead, as also was probably having a pretty lonely race. This is where Shaki Freza is in 17th. This is where Oster Wizard is, so right now there is Sakura looking to gain even more positions to the leaders, but as it stands right now, it's still Cashew and Asahi with the lead, but their leads have completely evaporated, with Jay Goodwin now going to be taking that second place spot. Sakura will be in 4th, and Sky will jump into 5th, also Wizard in 6th, Kinsai 7th, Goyana 8th, Toka 9th. And Crusher will be the last driver who will still be eligible for the title. It's going to be a pretty competitive battle right to the end, as the race is about to properly settle down. Getting very closer to Soviet as Warner now goes up into the top 10. That is a pretty surprising move, actually. So Warner now into the top 10 on only his second point races that we've had so far in the Japan Tsuyo in this Japan Tsuyo Cup. To go here in race 1 of the Tsuyo Cup finale Grand Prix at Fuji. Of this race, and it has been pretty much hasn't really changed since Daniel Barger has made his overtake lap earlier. Mr. Goodwin, Sky making up your podium, Kensai and Rio finishing up your top 5. Sandra, Kurashio, Oyena, Raido, and Daniel Barger making up your top 10. So Lorenzo Ricci, Saren, Nelson, Caro, and Samiaki make up your remaining 5 drivers. Wizard about to start here the final lap of race 1. Absolutely calm and collected throughout the entire race. Really, not a lot of fault there, actually, which would actually be cause for excitement, actually. He's done a very good job in controlling the situation. Obviously, he started mainly on the front row, but managed to basically keep his wits about it. And he has absolutely shown that he has been, and he's absolutely showing that he's got the ability to win, especially in Formula Hololive, not just in the old car, but in the new car as well. In the center of the old cars, for the JP class cars, he's won twice. But now, and here comes Daniel Barger and once again on their own battles, but this is not good. As we see here, Barger tries to actually make his move onto Masarida, but we'll need to focus on Osne Wizard. It's a wonky monkey moment for Osne Wizard, as he will now put himself 3 this season as he crosses the line to win the race 1 of the finale Grand Prix at Fuji. As Sky finishes second, and Goodwin finishes second, Ed Sky finishes third. The championship battle is now on. Daniel Barger is trying to make the pass onto Masaraido, but it looks like Masaraido will just hang on. We'll just try to hang on. As the drivers are about to cross the line. Kinsai 4th, Rio 5th, Sakura 6th, Crusher 7th, Guyana 8th, Rhino 9th, Daniel Barger riding out the top 10. So we're in 11th, Richie 12, Saving 13th, Ralph 15th, and there's Ali J and Momashaki Reza ready to cross the line as well. Alright, so we're just gonna I'm just need to give me a moment. I just want to check on the results and everything's going to be okay. All right. So, back onto the results. Ozer Wizard, congratulations to the Inagami Korone driver for winning here in Fuji Speedway. Obviously, we also had Mama Cashew winning 2 races already this season. Well, the Wizard has won 3 throughout the entirety of this season, so hats off to him as he will now get closer and closer to the title fight. Jay Goodwin in 2nd, Ed Sky 3rd, Jace Kinsai 4th, Hoshizono 5th, Sakura 6th, Rasen Karashu is 7th, Daniel Goyena in 8th, Masaraido 9th, and Daniel Barger rounds out the top 10. Masaraido being the highest of the device class cars. So Byung-eun finishes in 11th with Lorenzo Ricci 12th, Seirin 13th, Althusser and Tara in 14th. Sam Miyake rounds out the final points positions. Ali J in 16th, Shakir Reza 17th, 18th place goes to Muhammad Cashew after pitting once for some reason. Sahi 19th, and Toka running up the 20-car field. Just a quick save of the replay in case we need to do some logging in of data. And I don't think the results have not taken into consideration, but all right, let's not waste too much time as we are now going to move over into the championship standings as we're going to take a look here. So after essentially 5 races, it's now Muhammad Cashew still in the lead by virtue of his 2 wins and 1 6th place finish. Joshua Asahi still staying in 2nd place. That's how good they have been this season so far. Jake Goodwin and Misaki Sakura have now Misaki Sakura have remained in the title fight. Jake Goodwin, meanwhile, has trusted himself into the title fight with his 2nd place finish. And Sky Nose and Wizard have also become long shot contenders for the title, not without with their podium finishes. Jace Kinsai's 4th place keeps him in it. Daniel Goyena also remain firm in the title fight with his 8th place, with Yukihara Doka in 9th place for the who despite having a retirement is still barely within the title fight. And actually, come to think of it, Hoshikarashi is also barely in the title fight, but requires results to absolutely be in his way if he wants to salvage anything from this race. Alright, so that is race 1 done. We are going to now make our way towards race 2. So we're just waiting until everything is now loaded. And yeah, there's no view in Twitch. Never mind, because I was actually trying to how do we put this? Get the results printed out in advance. As we're now going to get ourselves ready for qualifying. To be fair, we don't actually have a lot of time actually. So let's move over into qualifying now for race 2. We hope that it is going to be more straightforward than we had yesterday. And right now everyone is pretty much stationary, bar some. Guy has already got himself back out on the track to essentially get himself ready. Basically, I'm not sure how well I can do my how do you put this, my multitasking skills, because I am literally doing race hosting as well as I'm hosting the race as well as trying to get the results pumped out, which is actually pretty insane, come to think of it, because I need to basically get everything ready as we are seeing Samiaki complete his outlap. Basically with a shorter 5-minute qualifying session, the drivers essentially don't have a lot to work with. It is basically just complete this lap and you are essentially finished. But we will see how they handle the situation. We now get to see Samiaki already starting his lap into turn 1. He looks pretty tidy. We're also just gonna have to see how he fares as he is about to essentially make his way into the first sector timing, and he goes in at 24.85. Convincing so far, but we'll see how he continues to fare in the into the second sector. It looks like he has been pretty okay. He had set at 52.954, already 1.2 seconds faster than that Sky. So Samiaki's looking very good though, and he is now about to set. Oh my goodness, that was a decent time. Pole position for now. And just want to remind everyone that how do we put this? It's a very competitive lap from him, but for how much longer can he stay there? The answer is not long because Mamakashi has actually bounced back. The championship leader has now set a 127-129, already possibly one hand on the title. If he can stay there, if he can absolutely stay there with for the remainder of race 2, start to finish, assuming he doesn't make that silly mistake by going to pits again, he might actually be bringing home the title. He could actually be a Shishiwata Tsuyo Zako Cup winner combination. That's pretty interesting to actually think about. Qualifying has now come to an end. Shaka Reza, and in the intervening period, has already grabbed the fastest time so far, 137.068 for the most minute driver. Jojo Asahi is currently up in 6th place. Cashew in 2nd. Saki Sakura is down in 19th, not being able to replicate the pace that she's had in race 1. Seri goes up to 16th. Meanwhile, Hirazaki not finding any improvements. Gu has gone up to 6th. Sakura was only good enough for 15th. Barger beats her in 13th place. The 3 drivers we had to cross the line. It is Seirin and... Give me a second. Yep, Seirin Hoshinozonoria has crossed the line, and it will be Muhammad Shakif Reza who will be sitting in pole position for what should be the final Formula Hololive race of 2025. Alright, so... Alright, so we're just gonna get ourselves ready. Alright, just wanted to double check if everything's okay. Alright, so the starting lineup for race 2 of the finale Grand Prix at Suzuka. Mama Shaka Reza is your pole sitter. And lining up alongside him will be Mama Kashi on row 1. Row 2 will be Sami Ake and Lorenzo Ricci. Wow, Bubba Corn in row 2. Alson Taro will start 5th in car number 5 with Jake Goodwin in 6th place. Talk about gamers. And then we got Joshua Sahi in 7th place with Ed Sky in 8th. Hoshizono Rio, the Nakira driver, will start in 9th alongside Masaraido and Todoroki Hajime in 10th. And then we also got the defending race winner, also Wizard, starting in 11th for Inugami Korone with Jace Kensai 12th for Takane Louis. 13th place goes to Daniel Barger and Hochimachi Suisei with 14th place So Byung-eun lining up alongside. And we got Ali Jane 15th for Kikarabe with Misaki Sakura 16th for Azuki. Danilo Goyena for Sarada Picura started with in 17th place with 18th place saving for Otonase Kanade. And then we got Racing Karashio 19th alongside Yukihara Toga in 20th place. Alright, so we are gonna get the intermission ready. We're going to also get cameras. Also be on standby for the cars about to make their move. Alright, looks like everything is ready. The cameras are already aligned. Alright, so one more Formula Hololive race to end the season. And it is now Muhammad Shakir Reza on pole position. Muhammad Cashew, the championship leader, starts alongside. Will this be a rout in the final race of the Formula Hololive Japan season here in Fuji Speedway? We'll have to wait and see as the drivers now to the track. Flag is out as we're now coming into turn 1, and that's already Muhammad Cashew trying to line up a move against Shakir Reza. As we might be seeing some 3 wide action, almost contact at the back, as we are now seeing Shakir Reza still maintain his spot up in the lead. Ricci has now gone up to 4th place by beating Antanaro. Samiake is now in 3rd, Cashew in 2nd. Goodwin in 6th, and Sky 7th. Joshua Asahi down to 8th place. Masaraido 9th, and pushes to the rear, running in top 10 as he goes down the inside of. Looks like Masaraido going down the inside of Rio as they're now going into the Dunlop chicane. Somebody think purple, but Sears Takara now goes into 15th place. Has not made his move into 2nd place. He's already lined up a move against his fellow Bakatari teammate. Washington Rio has now gone down the inside as Joshua Asagi. Absolutely kind of giving Cashew a solid there. Sakura now dropped down to 16th place. Soja dropped down to 14th place. Speaking of which, we got Soga winning. He's still over partner so we are seeing some inverse. We're seeing in race 1, despite not using a reverse grid format. Sakura, who was running inside 6th place, is now running in 15th. Still don't know who will be out of failure. Anything can still happen in the race. Start lap 3. Sami Anki to start so far 129.39 for Shaka Fuki driver. so far, we only have a few drivers who have scored in all 5 races so far. Misaki Sakura, and Hoshizono Ryo, and also Seibun are the only drivers so far in the Tsuyo Cup who have scored in all 5 races we've had so far. Also, Zwiss is now down the inside of Barger. As Barger tries to fight one back. Actually, late braking though. Wizard had to play safe to not cause any further contact. Hoshizono Ryo and Joshua Asahi once again. I just noticed that as Joshua Asahi will end the season, unfortunately. Yeah, Asahi 2 engine failures in 2 successive races that will put him out of title contention for sure. Hoshizono Ryo is also out of this race as well. It's a bummer way to end the season. And no, I don't think that is a case of literally spinning out and all that stuff, because if it does, then we'll be seeing a bit of red. And yeah, we have had the information though, Joshua Asahi retired from 9th place with engine failure. So we only have 2 drivers with engine problems. Kesha now has to find slot 128.471. And right now, Sabayaki is trade place Kesha once again, as we see Sarin and Ollie J go at it once again between each other. Another Formula Hololive win. He's already had a very decent record so far if you look into his stats for sure. So the winners so far this weekend, Maverick UCM, and the like, and then there's also the recent thing that's happened with Austin Wizard, who have absolutely grabbed yet another solid win. It is crazy though. Korone has already won 4 Formula Hololive races. let's also remind ourselves of Sean Holly. Did it. Carz's lead so far. Russia and Guyana are in their own battle for 17th. Laps done, and right now there's really not much to talk about other than the current championship battle. And right now we are taking a look here as Casio needs to play the safe game here. His next title rival, Yoshizai, is already out for the count. Casio has already had 2 wins so far for Wakame, and he's about to make it 3. Couldn't make it 3, but he doesn't want to risk it. Chakrabeza, meanwhile, has been a very solid driver in Formula Hololive. We've already had 87. At this rate, we will have about 85 Formula Hololive races. Cashew just navigating his way around. Just looking to this. His next title rival is Jay Goodwin, but Jay Goodwin is currently running in 5th. So it looks like just one of these 2 rivals taking the title. We're just about quartering this race, and we're seeing more battles here. So he's moved on to Oz the Wizard, who have won the previous race. He's actually keeping him honest though. Sobyan keeps it in front. The Nico number 29. What's next? Let me see. We already are looking into French browser, reaching good window. Goodwin was actually having a look there onto Richie. However, he's not close enough. So nothing has come of it. Well, it is still gonna come down to who basically manages it the best. And that is Richie on trying to make a move against Cashew. And Richie's about to get really dicey around the outside into Coca-Cola corner, and it looks to me that Richie has already got up into the third place, as it seems. Daniel Barger has gone up against Masaraido. Still side by side. Masaraido, by the way. Oh, almost there, but just couldn't get the move stick done to defend his position. Daniel Barger now is in ninth. And off they go into laps complete, this time by starting lap 12. It is still a interesting development here for Taka Breza, who is still leading this race. Alright, I'm going to take a short break just to rest the mind. Watch out though between Goodwin and Cashew. Goodwin is still hunting for the title. He needs to, and he's already overtaking Cashew, by the way, the championship leader. And just to remind you how far Goodwin is right now, he is about 57 points behind. So if he does win, he needs Cashew to be 5th or lower for him to take the title. But Cashew's still doing very fancily. Not sure about the pit stops though. So again, we'll be waiting until we're just gonna go in for a slight break. We'll see how Goodwin dices through the field. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Back here in Fuji Speedway, and what a move that was from Ali J, going down the inside and absolutely sending it. That was a solid move down the inside. You do well to find any move that actually matches that. As we are still seeing bounce coming in. Goodwin is still trying to find his way into the podium, but it still won't be enough. But as it stands, he needs to win from this position. Already complete. And still looking to find his way to Fuji, as Seo has been taken by Seirin, who is now up into 11th place. Already goes around the outside to defend, and that's a great defensive move so far. It gets him back. It's a very great yards so far. Let me see. So for this championship battle, we are also taking a look into some of the other drivers. Some of the things, just to Alright, Jacobin already coming down the inside of Fuji. Just needs a good exit from turn 1. Already lining up a move, but he hasn't been able to go alongside. Maybe he can do a switch back, but he's just too far back. Yeah, not going to go straight. We are coming to the halfway, and we're we're just going to take a look at the progress chart just in case. So Cashew has lost places from the start. He started on the front row. He's now down in 5th. And this is the position where, theoretically, Cashew can actually lose the title from Jay Goodwin. But Goodwin needs to win this race if he was to have a shot of bringing this title home for the Miofa. However, there is still some hope for the Miofa because remember, Cashew has been pretty slow. Kinsai and Atanaro have been quick. So they're all there. And based on projected point swings, it looks to me that if, let's say, Goodwin stays in 4th, he should not be going around. He should not finish 6th or higher. So right now, Goodwin is trying his best to get into Ricci. Kinsai and Tanara are still hounding on to Cashew. So this is a battle. This is essentially a war of 2 battles right now. And right now, it is going to be a pretty interesting situation here. Complete. We're still just monitoring the situation here. So right out in 10th, Bonker 9th, Saber 10th. Inside is still pretty close. So Goodwin, meanwhile, is absolutely trying to gun for that podium position. Maybe the Miofa can take this championship, but right now Goodwin is about to give it a good try onto Ricci, and the projection this time is that if he does go into third, Cashew will need 5th or better if he wants to get the title. 5th or better, it will be enough though. At Stance Cashew, it's still going to be going to Watame and the Watamates. Right this time though, Goodwin still hunting down that position away from Ricci. Cashew is still in 5th place. We are now coming into 14 laps to go until the end of the season. No difference between Richie and Sky. Still the name. Alright, it's actually using between each other. It looks to me that Yukara Toka has also come in in the pits. Just found out about that now. Looks to me that it is the same thing that happened to Rio and Asahi. So in other words, engine failure that has essentially curtailed her effort. J has been overtaken by So Byung-eun. This is for 12th place. Yukara Toka has actually looks to me that she has already retired since lap 7, I believe. Yeah, looks like it is an engine failure. It is an engine failure for Yukara Toka. That explains everything. Alright, so passing has essentially become interesting commodity. Overtaken So Byung-eun. Kurashio has now gone into the final points positions. Sakura's down in 17th. Kurashio Wizard still go side by side. We still don't know if Goodwin is about to pass Richie or not, or Cash is gonna get passed by Kinsai and then Tanarao, which is actually the championship battle that we are actually going to talk about. Cashew is just way slower though than Kinsai, and Kinsai's already making a move down the inside into turn 1. Just need to keep it, he just needs to stick it, and he already has a decent exit though to try to stick around the outside. Forces Cashew to go deep, and that's Kinsai in 5th. And as it stands, Jay Goodwin still in 4th, and Muhammad Cashew in 6th. It is still Cashew with the title. Cashew needs to stay in 6th place. This is his minimum position that he needs to be in if he wants to win the title. Lorenzo Ricci currently sitting in 3rd place. Chase Kinsai now up into 5th. Cashew in 6th and Tanarao in 7th. More battles further back. That's Masaraido already making an overtake onto Sobyang-eun. Goodwin really needs to make the pass done, but at the same time, it can also sort out by itself. And Tanarao is going for that position. Cashew needs to defend his 6th place if he wants to win the title. Down the inside, potentially. Well, I don't know. It looks like Tanaro is getting closer. And so Goodwin is about to get overtaken by Seirin. Seirin around the outside. Oh, contact between the two, and it looks to me that Seirin is able to stay ahead for now. And right now we're just going to proceed with the situation. It is okay for now. Cashew is currently still in 6th, and Thanos just about keeping in touch, but barely. Taro currently still in 7th place, looking to see if he can get into 6th. Goodwin will need to still see where he can get into 3rd. And right now, Cashew's championship hopes are hanging by a thread. Goodwin still needing to pass Ricci if he wants to have a shot of winning the title. Still too far, Cashew to Cashew. Samyake meanwhile is looking for this race win against Sakif Reza. Samyake. Right now, Goodwin is still on the hunt against Ricci. Tara, meanwhile, is hunting for that 6th place though. felt like the momentum is back in Antara. So we're going to try to defend against Ali J. Just going to now. I think Ratio is in 15th. Vienna in 14th place right now. 13th place goes to Ali J. So Byung-in is currently running in 12th. Saren is currently running in 11th, and we got top 10 for Masahiro. And Sky is running in 9th place. Masahiro and Saren still trade places between each other. Masahiro might just be able to defend this. He's still barely ahead. Saren, though, meanwhile, is about to try to fight back, and that is her in 10th place. Currently 8th place is currently 8th place belongs to Daniel Barger. 4-2 successive races now. Asahi and Koga will not score points. Saroya also has a little hop off, so that is a unfortunate situation. So as it stands right now, Mama Cash will win the championship by 17 points. So, and the difference between 4th and 3rd are 20 points, as JJ Goen now has the fastest lap of the race. We might be seeing a last lap gung-ho move for the title if he can keep the in the right direction. We just need to see, though. Let's see if he's able to get close. Samyaki is still in the hunt against Shakib Reza. Wizards now dropped down to 17th place. Sakura in 16th. Championship hopes are pretty much done and dusted. That's been a very solid championship though for ASCII and the Pioneers. Able to get into the top, able to essentially get into the top 10 of this extremely competitive CEO Cup. You really cannot seeing that a lot. As you see here, Jake Gordon is already under 5/10, so right now he is absolutely charging this battle. Just can't tell if he's able to get close enough right now. It's just, but anyways, Goyena has now made the pass on to Ali J. This is for 13th place. Inconsequential in the grand scheme of things as far as the league championship battle is concerned. Goodwin is still trying to find something against Ricci, and Tatarao is still trying to find something against Cashew. The difference between 6th and 7th is only 18 points, or rather, yeah, 18 points. And Cashew and Goodwin's gap are at 17 points. So if Antara passes Cashew, then Goodwin wins the title by a single point. A single point. And right now, Antara is looking to fancy a move. He is going to go down the inside. He's going to challenge Mohamed Cashew. And if Cashew can defend this, then it'll be It is still close to the one time, but I don't think he's able to defend it. Alcantara swooped around the outside at Coca-Cola corner. The news is about to come that Jake Goodwin is now in a championship winning position. He doesn't need that third place now, and this is assuming that Alcantara stay where he is. And Taro, Cashew, Barger, Siren, it's Sky. Okay. Siren, it's Sky. Masaraido. Wait, no. Siren, Sky. Siren, and Sky. Barker in 8th. Jobyung is now in 11th. Masaraido is now down to 12. Ali J is in 14th. Ali J is in 14th. Alright, so Shaka Reza, Sami Ake, Lorenzo Ricci, Goodwin, and Kensai make up your top 5. Tanarao, Cashew, Bogger, Sirit, and Sky make up your top 10. Sobyung and Masaraido make 11 and 12. Rihanna 13, Ali J 14, Racing Karashu in 15. And as it stands, Jay Goodwin will win the Tsuyo Cup by a single point. One single point will separate the top 2 in the championship battle. What is said to be the closest championship battle in the history of Anyways, Ali J and Daniel Guyana had that peck of VV moment temporarily, but for now it is still coin toss between the two. Between Daniel Guyana and Ali J. Guyana and Ali J, yeah. We started throwing in 13th and 14th. And as it turns out, though, out of the realistic championship contenders, only 2 of them are inside the points-paying positions. Well, it's time to talk about the stats now, because it looks to me that this will be something that Cashew needs to fight back if he wants to take the title away. Could we see something similar to F1 Brazil 2008? Sobyun has made his pass onto Ed Sky. So right now we still have this pretty competitive battle for 9th place. As it stands right now, Guyana and Masaraido have traded places. So Guyana is already ascending the standings. The reigning champion will have to give the throne to Jake Goodwin, as the final lap has already started. Mohammad Shakib Reza has the fastest lap of this race, 1:27.421. Hasn't had a foot wrong so far in this race. And it looks to me that Mohammad Shakib Reza is about to do something that really hasn't been done a lot of times, actually. He's about to go win his... Wait, hang on. He's about to go win his 5th Formula Hololive race and to tie himself with Zeke Wimberly and Vladislav Damashev for the winningest driver in Formula Hololive history with 5 apiece each. Jay Goodwin is still kind of elated about the news that Antaro is still holding our Cashew in 7th place. Fellow Gamers teammate, by the way, as Mohammad Shakib Reza is about to come across the final corner. hailing from Panel Tao Tao, well, should have been, is Momosuzu Nene, and her husband, one of many husbands, has done it. Masaki Reza has won race 2 of the finale Grand Prix at Fuji, but all eyes will be on Jay Goodwin. Okami Miyo's Sparkle has shine on this Miyofa driver, and Jay Goodwin will now cross the line to essentially provisionally confirm his spot as the 2025 Formula Hololive Japan Tsuyo Cup champion. That is, unless Mamakashi has a response, but he's too far back. And he's done it! Well, Jay Goodwin is your 2025 Formula Hololive Japan Tsuyo Cup champion. Okay, Mimio, this night lights will shine and around the Gunma area. Jay Goodwin has been bestowed by Okami Miyo's Sparkle. And what a year this has been for Okami Miyo as well. Had her solo live, by which she also used the Bright Idol outfit. And to see her driver in Formula Hololive win the title for her, Jake Goodwin's gotta be so elated about this news. As we're about to also see Ozzy Wizard cross the line as the last driver in. And yep, Ozzy Wizard's now about to cross the line to seal the deal. That will be it. No major crashes so far, only reliability issues have plagued the day. But we don't need to care too much about that. Speaking of which, we are just going to confirm the points standings as we are also going to confirm the results. Speaking of which, Shakib Reza is your race winner here in Fuji in the last Formula Hololive Japan race of the season. Sami Ake finishes second and Lorenzo Ricci in third. And then Jay Goodwin, the man of the hour, is your Formula Hololive Japan champion, winning against Muhammad Kiyoshi by a single point, mind you, a single point in the CEO Cup title fight. Jay Goodwin, who have not won a single race so far, has only had 2 races outside of the points, but in the races he do finish, he stayed inside the top 5, so you gotta have to give him credit for that. Jace Kinsai finishes 5th, Elton Taro in 6th, Mama Cashew, who has won 2 races, has gotta be feeling a bit disappointed and dejected, knowing that he's lost the title by a single point to Jake Goodwin, but he's at least got to be proud that he has actually managed to put up a good fight in the first place. So that is a very solid result for him. And yeah, I'm just actually gonna have to remove some of the results. Never mind that. Anyways, Daniel Barger is in 8th place. Seirin and So-byung-eun finish inside the top 10. We got a we got a driver representing a Korean originated VTuber. And then we got So-byung-eun, who is a Korean. They make up 9th and 10th. Etsky in 11th place. We have Danilo Goyana in 12th, Maseraido in 13th. Ollie J 14 and Russell Carasio rounds out the 15 car point finishers. Sky, Goyena, Raido, J, and Carasio. Alright. And turn around, Casio, Bonker, Sam, and Sabian. Alright. That should be your points finishers. Misaki Sakura in 16th. Ozzy Wizard 17th. Yukihara Toka, Hoshi Sonorio, and Joshua Sahi make up your non-points finishers. And actually, based on this one, I think that only Seirin has... I think as a result of Sakura not being able to score points, and also Hoshino Rio, that will mean that Seirin has scored points in every race that she's entered in the CEO Cup. Crazy stuff, huh? Alright, so we're going to etch the names into the trophy. I'm just going to just gonna do this first. let me just check. Hang on. All right. So we are going to bestow the trophy first before we are going to showcase the final point standings for the CEO Cup. And to congratulate the... Oh, give me a second. And now congratulating the CEO Cup champion for today. I just want to also... this one as well. Alright, so announcing the CEO Cup winner for Formula Hololive Japan and also the Zako Cup. Jay Goodwin for upcoming Mio. Congratulations to you two for winning the CEO. It is a pretty much well-deserving title for you lot. Hope you are able to enjoy it as we go. Your champions. Right. Alright, so we're just going to double check on this and hope that the results are out, and thank goodness. At least for race 2, they managed to save the results, so we can just save some time here. So right, let's show you all the final point standings for the CEO Cup. And as we see here, Jake Goodwin is your championship winner. And also, just wanted to showcase everyone else in the standings. Muhammad Cashew lost out by a single point to Jake Goodwin. Again, unfortunate that it had to be the case, but hey, this at least lends up to a great, very close title fight that went down to the wire. Muhammad Cashew just was there, but fell off in the final hurdle, unfortunately. He didn't make it count on Autopolis in Fuji Race 1 either, so that really didn't help either. Jace Kinsai finishes the season with a great third place. Joshua Sahi in 4th, Shaki Reza 5th, Lorenzo Riki 6th, Sakura 7th, Etsky 8th, Daniel Goyena 9th, and Oze Wizard running out of top 10. Oze Wizard in 11th, Toka 12th, Sami Aki 13th, Gracio 14th, Daniel Barger 15th, Hoshizono Rio 16th, Alton Tara 17th, Seirin 18th, Masa Rider 19th, and Serbia in... oh wait, sorry. Kesai 3rd, Asahi 4th, Shaki Reza 5th, Riki 6th, Sakura 7th, Etsky 8th, Daniel Goyena 9th, and Oze Wizard in running out of the top 10. Toka in 11th, Sami Aki 12th, Rusty Crash 13th, Barger 14th. Barger 14th, Rio 15th, Alton Tara 16th, Seirin 17th. Masa Rider 18th, Sobyang 19th, and Ali J rounding out the 20-car field. Right, with that out of the way, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to today's finale Grand Prix at Fuji. We know this is not how we wanted to do it. We wanted to do it at Suzuka, but the Suzuka track has just so much issues that it has become untenable. So we have to essentially do it at Fuji instead. So bear with us here. But at least we have managed to do all 6 races with no problems. So that's at least that. And then again, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in for the 2025 Formula Hololive Japan season. It's been a very fun ride. We hope to see you in 2026. We haven't yet finalized the format for next season, but stay tuned for that. So with that out of the way, my name is Mohamed Riza in the commentary booth. And you've been watching Formula Hololive Japan for 2025. See you in 2026.